Listen, I was associated with that job, and look at me now.
The theme tune.
Every night I'm there, I'm always there. She knows I'm there, and heaven
knows.
Mike, you were right there. There's only one bump and then two bumps, so you're going to have to work on that. Loads of text and tweets coming in, and I have to say it's already a bit edgy, this one. It's Sunderland against Newcastle. Its tensions are running high ahead of the weekend. Passions are running at to 90. And there's, people are sending in, how can a team with Jimmy Neal lose? Make sure Maximo Parker playing. All sorts of things putting pressure on Stuart Pearce. For those who've never heard Stuart Pearce's musical matchup, what do we judge it on, Stu? 3 categories?
Musicians, musical, the best five-a-side team,
based on
and the best gigs.
Love it. So it's our musical matchup. It's Sunderland against Newcastle, and here's just some of the sounds that we're going to conjure up.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I?
One of the greatest songs ever, this.
Wait until the next one. Oh yeah, your homeland.
Well done for choosing that song, by the way.
I blame you for the moonlit sky and the dream that dies with the eagles fly.
Ah, what? Man, come on and stick together. Happened to the heroes. I'm a little alien in New York. I close my eyes. What? Pearce, are you telling me Jason Donovan's a Mackham? It's got to be someone else. What, Andrew Lloyd Webber?
No,
Somebody else?
I've pulled out the name Alan Rice in regard to musical, and it's been construed as Tim Rice.
Oh.
And so this has come out of it. So we're going to have to look into that. We're going to have to have a root and branch inquiry about this music.
We're forming a panel, you're not on it, Cole.
Well, we need to have a proper inquiry into what's going wrong with it and future musical packages. 4 years from now, you have to invest in the future of our musical packages. You read them, Stiff Little Fingers, which I'm really looking forward to hearing that. Martin Knopfler, The Stranglers, so there you go. Tasman Archer, that's who it was. Sleeping Satellite, you heard. Brian Ferry, Stick Together. Sting, and then we're going to gloss over the rest. Throw Jimmy Neal in there, a bit of Crocodile Shoes. So a big list, a lot of rivalry. Maximo Park, the Future Heads. You are spoilt here. You're spoilt, Stuart Pearce.
It's a very good, very well evenly matched contest. The gigs at both venues are wonderful in my mind.
Let's start there, because we never do start with a gig. So what have we had at St James's and at Stadium Light, Stroke Roker Park?
Okay, St James's, we're going to start with the Rolling Stones, Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, the boss.
Queen, Bob Dylan.
What?
Bryan Adams.
Okay.
Rod Stewart, Kings of Leon.
Right. You can't say anything to that. You just go, okay, no. Full stop, move on.
It is outstanding lineup, to be fair. We're going to Sunderland, Rihanna, Oasis, Take That, Kings of Leon, Coldplay, and Bowie.
Oh, see, David Bowie just gives it that little bit they needed.
Oh, I think so.
It didn't have what they had.
No.
They had sort of institution acts at the other side, where now you put that in, and it all of a sudden becomes a bit more contemporary. And I think I like the fact they've had a bit of Oasis there as well, that you can't take that away from them. That's going to be hard to judge. What about the quality of musicians? Break them up. Who are the Sunderland fans and who are the Newcastle fans?
Right, here we go. Sunderland I'm starting with, because I'll finish with the two ringers Newcastle have got that have not been mentioned at this moment in time.
Okay.
Sunderland, Baz Warne from the Stranglers. Yeah. Dave Stewart, Tasman Archer, Alan Rice, who could be Tim Rice, or it could be Jason Donovan. We're not sure. He's under a few assumed names at the moment. Quicko McBrain from Iron Maiden.
Oh, yes, okay. No, come on. Imagine playing against someone called Quicko McBrain, by the way.
That is a wonderful name. Julio Giorgio name, that is. Or Mackham name, should I say, in this case. Right, Newcastle.
Yeah.
Brian Ferry, Jimmy Now. Sting, Jake Burns, Stiff Little Fingers, Jake will, in my eyes, will be captaining and managing the side.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Mark Knopfler, Yannick Gers, Iron Maiden. We got a split in the band.
Yeah.
Brian Johnson, AC/DC.
A lot of people are saying AC/DC have to be in there because Brian's never away from St James's Park.
That gets him in then. Okay, here we go. And there's the two ringers. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Chris Waddle, Diamond Lights.
Oh, no, you can't.
Paul Gascoigne, Fog on the Tyne. Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
Oh, no!
There's only one winner.
They've been on top of the pops, so I think that makes them good enough. That puts them down as music. Well, very loosely. We'll have to have a panel inquiry on this one.
That's unbelievable. We're getting the toy dolls for Sunderland, so we want to add the toy dolls for Sunderland.
Toy dolls as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised you missed that.
Yeah, sorry. My apologies there.
Could you kind of like... you put Gaza and Waddle in to Newcastle. Could you make them bad again by putting that in Deck in?
Have they sung them too?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready, baby, let's get ready.
No, still, it's gone over my head, that one, sorry.
Okay. Right, well, listen, it sounds like a done deal, but let's find out. It's time to decide. There are 3 categories to decide the time we're Derby. It is the quality of musicians. That's going to be difficult. The quality of the 5-a-side teams of musicians is Sunderland take on Newcastle, and then the quality of gigs. Used to be we had a bit of a debate, and it's no longer. Stuart Pearce's musical matchups on your head bait.
Here we go. Starting as we did, gigs. Bowie has swung it in Sunderland's favour.
Oh,
really?
Controversial.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know, I'm going to go with that because stadiums and Bowie doesn't make sense to me. I think more like, King's Hall and places like that. So I like that. I think it's a bit different. And also, when people like Bryan Adams do tours, they just pick another stadium, right? They just play the stadiums. Rod Stewart plays the stadiums. There was a little bit more originality. I imagine Oasis playing it at Stadium of Light was an event, I remember, I'd imagine Bowie playing that. So I like what you've done there.
Yeah. Bowie was my first love before the punk thing as well, so he's won it for me there.
1-0 Sunderland.
Best team. On the grounds that the two ringers are playing, and the fact the colossus that is your countryman Jake Burns of Stiff Little Fingers, they've won best team.
Newcastle win that game without Waddle and Gaza, which is why you should be ashamed of yourself for putting them in the first place. You had a team there with Neil, with Burns, with the BJ. You weren't going to lose that. You weren't going to lose that game. It's 1-0.
1-0. Musicians.
This decides it.
Newcastle.
You guys.
Newcastle win it. I've got to go with Newcastle on this one. So it's 2-1 Newcastle. That's the way it goes.
You've got to do it. You've got to put. It has to be Newcastle. They've won purely out on music. I have to say, you're turning into something of a Simon Cowell, Stuart Pearce. How you started with the gigs to give Sunderland that lead. ITV will be calling you before you know it. I can see you being a judge in X Factor.
In fact, both me and my cohort next to me have got our slacks just under our boobs at the moment as a mark of respect for the great one.
You certainly both got boobs at that age. Oh dear, brilliant stuff. So there you go. So Newcastle win. Stuart Pearce's musical matchup this weekend. David says his auntie was at the David Bowie gig at Roker Park. What did he say when he walked out on stage? Do you want to have a guess?
Hello,
good to be in Newcastle.
Yes, hello Newcastle. That's exactly what he said. Well done. What does your voice say, Mike?
Mine?
Come to bed for me.
Now, the most disturbing thing about that is his eye contact that he made as he said it.
Raised eyebrow. Oh, yes.